there, viewers. Welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. That's a 2012 Nissan. It's a Sentra. It's got a headlight bulb out. Wow, what a great video, huh? This guy's really toning it down. Now, the customer said he went to the Advance Auto, bought a bulb, put it in it, light's still out. So doesn't know if it's a connection or something else, and then that was it. And he brought it here, so we gotta look at that. Don't always assume that the new bulbs are good, okay? So I had a lady here, it's like 2 days ago, came in, went to another shop actually, had no high beams. Indicator on dash comes on, no high beams. Well, you guys know what's wrong with it. But the other shop literally told her that they don't do major electrical. She had to go somewhere else. So she brought it here and I put both bulbs in it. So don't think about it super hard. I'd really like to tell you I was making that story up, but then I'd be lying. Okay, so single bulb, it's your classic, I don't know what they call it, 9008 I guess it would be. So 3 wires, 1 bulb, so 1 ground, couple powers. Let's just take and unplug it. Well, let's wiggle the connector here. Okay, so connector looks good. Let's have a little gander at the bulb, even though it is allegedly new. So what do they call it? H13s, I think they call them. So this is a 9, yeah, H13 it says on it, but I think they're a 9008. It appears to be intact. So that's good. I'm gonna stick that back in there. No guarantees that it is intact, but it appears to be. We can do a quick test. Set that right there, because this side's not horrible to get to. We'll unplug it. Okay, this side's unplugged. We'll very temporarily, are you guys there? Can't see crap, but look for a bright light. Hey, look at that, you see the bright light? Okay. So what's that tell us? We have a good bulb. You got a real good bulb, fella. So we know that much. I'll pretend like that actually just went in for the sake of the video. Now I'm in for real. Okay, so we know that we're missing power. How do we know that? Because the high beam works and it utilizes the same ground. So we have a missing power source. Visual inspection. Nope, I don't see anything. Everything looks hunky-dory. Step 2 in our diagnostic process is what? Wire diagram. As silly as this is, you know, it's just a headlight. These can be great opportunities to help like younger guys in your shop. I don't know if it says DLR or DRL, daytime running lights, just to kind of tread out the process, you know. So in just, you know, the minute or so that we're under there, we know it's not the bulb, we know the ground's not bad, and we know we're missing a power source. And we never looked at anything in service data. So there's something to be said for that, because now you know exactly what you're going for. Missing power, broken wire, you know, something along those lines. You know, some people will really just kind of, you know, spin their wheels a little bit before they even get to that part. And you can apply this with any type of diagnostic plan that you're working here. Oh, that's with daytime runners. I think we're gonna pick without. I don't know. It might have them, it might not. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna look for the headlight. Okay, here's the right front combination. The low beam is this red with yellow wire, and it goes up to fuse number 41, which is a 15 amp. Let's check the other diagram with daytime runners, just to see if it's any different. Let's see, right headlight, red with yellow, fuse 41, 15 amp power distribution module. Let's have a look. Let's have a gander. I don't know if this is it. Got a feeling that it's not. Let's adjust some wires here. Audio, heated seats, dirt to dirt to dirt. I got nothing there. So it must be under the PDM. PDM. Everything's got to be a module nowadays. Modules. Back when I was a kid, they used to say, never cared much for Nissans. Personally, I've always thought Nissan was like the Jeep of the import world. Oh, you allowed to say that on the internet? They always seem to be kind of the junkiest of the Japanese cars. This is super convenient. Get yourself a pry driver. There we go. Now I get in there. Fingers just aren't working well this morning. There we go. Okay, easy access to the fuse box. Okay. Because this all makes sense, you know. All right, here we go. We have high beam, low right hand. That's not what we want. Oh, not high beam. Headlamp low right hand 15. Which is this one here. Let's get a testy light. We'll be using the Astro Tools scope on a rope. Whoa, that battery cable's ready to fall off. Headlights are on. Boom. No boom. 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 No boom. And this is why you have a process. Because we came right to the cause. That's that style fuse there. They keep making them different all the time. Well, this one's not super different. It's kind of common anymore. Let me go get a new one. Are you ready, kids? What the world? Did I just stick a blown fuse back in it? I did not. Oh. We got power on both sides. That's good. The headlight's not on though. You know why? Because I never plugged it up. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? We'll stick our power distribution module back in its hole. We'll stick the lid back on this guy. Make sure they're attached well. It is well. That's it, folks. Pretty simple. And by simple, I mean simply the dumbest video I've ever made. But you never know if it's going to be something cool unless you start the video. But let's try to make a lesson out of it so it's worthwhile for everybody. The lesson here will be, even if it's something as simple and silly as a headlight bulb, it's still the same analytical process that you would use for anything in your life. You know, we identified the problem, you know, customer complaint in this case. We identified that we're missing power, and then we went to the source, you know. And then if that fuse was good, we would have, you know, worked our plan from there. At that point, we would have said, well, we have power here, verified it coming out of the box, whether or not it was. If it was, and it wasn't making it to the headlight, then we know at that point it's a broken wire, and then, you know, we utilize whatever, you know, we do from there to locate that broken wire, whether it's looking at service data and seeing where the wires go, picking the car up, more visual inspection, you know, stuff of that nature. So that's, I guess, what we can take away from this. Now, you see that somebody just wrote in the comments about why did the fuse blow? And that's a great question, because we have videos that state, you know, simply just that, you know, it's not just a blown fuse. In a case like this, because I've seen it before in headlight systems where headlight bulbs blow and, you know, the elements can short out across the poles and blow the fuse, I'm not that surprised. And also in this case, it's a good customer. And if the headlight were to go again, or the fuse were to blow again, you know, he would just call me and be like, all right, well, we gotta track it down at this point. You know, in which case we'd put a circuit breaker or something in line there, or, you know, a horn, you know, jumper across it, and then get under there and start wiggling until you know, find the short, you know, something of that nature. But in a case like this, probably not even gonna charge a customer, because it wasn't even a new fuse I put in there. It was just a used one I got out of my grab bag, and only took a couple minutes to do this. So short-term loss, long-term gain in situations like this. I think that's all we can milk a blown fuse video for. When you're done milking it, go in that comment section. Insty. That was kind of inappropriate, probably. Facebook. But let it not be, because maybe some of you are farmers and you're actually milking. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.